I like XCOM. If you don't know what XCOM is, it is the closest thing to an alien invasion simulator the world will ever see. And by that, I mean the original sort of cyberpunk style 1990s guile hair characters video game. The one that's really weird and obtuse, and why would anyone ever spend the time to figure this out? But I spent the time and figured it out when I was an adult, certainly not then. When I found out that, for whatever reason, somebody at Ubisoft decided to make a game that was basically the goofiness of their Rabbids characters with the iconic action platforming mechanics of Mario mixed with lasers and XCOM style fighting combat mechanics. I was like, I'm gonna play that. I don't know who else would bother to play that, but I'm gonna do it. And for one thing, it's been successful. It's one of the top 5 selling Switch games as of right now. It probably won't be by the time Smash Brothers and all these other games come out, but it's done well. I got this, I think, last year, and I'm finally playing it now. And I've done the second world. I'm on to the third world. I've got 6 of the 8 characters, and it's definitely fun. It is not XCOM, like, in a lot of ways, but it takes what would work in a fast-paced, action-packed environment from XCOM and puts them in this and kind of smooths out a lot of the wrinkles, and it just generally makes it work. Some of the biggest changes from XCOM. One, your character can do, or your character and the enemies for that matter, can do pretty much all of its stuff on every turn. You want to go all the way over there and hit that rabbit and come back and shoot it and use a special move all in one turn. That's fine. You can do that. Makes it fun. It also very much simplifies the cover system. Basically, if you're behind a block or a strong wall or something, and the enemy is way over there, there's no possible way you can hit it. It's just a 0. If you're partially obscured, if you're halfway in, it's a 50. If you're not obscured at all, it's a 0. It's gonna hit, or sorry, it's 100%. It's gonna hit you. Use that knowledge accordingly. Because the mobility is such a higher factor in this game too, it's a lot easier to go around stuff and hit things. In fact, just moving around the map is much easier as well. You can run, you can bounce off your allies, you can jump. Some of your characters can jump onto enemies. It's just a lot easier to move around. Things go very quickly. Most, I think, levels in this game or battles are like 5 turns or less, which in XCOM would be like a single round of trying to set up into a UFO, which could be obnoxious. There aren't necessarily classes in this game as there is in XCOM, but each of your characters are better at different things than others. For example, Luigi is just a straight up sniper. Every character has well, not every character, but Luigi in the sniper class has access to sniper weapons. They do a lot more damage, but he's not good at close range combat. He has much less HP than anyone else. He's pretty good at moving around, so he's good at finding one spot that's high above everything else, shooting enemies, and actually doing reaction shots. There are reaction shots in this game, just like in XCOM, but they exist in special moves that some characters can have. Mario has them, Luigi has them, some of the Rabbids have them. Your Rabbid allies kind of do different things. For example, I've noticed so far, Rabbid Mario and Rabbid Luigi are very good at close range combat. Rabbid Luigi can basically use a dash attack multiple times. Dash attack is basically just running into someone. It's a free attack in this game. So Rabbid Luigi can run into multiple people, steal their HP, shoot them with a weird effect. Rabbid Mario has just the most ridiculous shotgun. Like, shotguns in this game are like, I don't know, a ship's cannon or something. Like, it just explodes outward and does all this damage. And I mean, your enemies have them too, so it's not like it's a special thing. In fact, most of the time I've noticed that when you're introduced to a new hero character, immediately afterwards they throw enemies that kind of do similar things. But it's definitely fun. Some of the it's a weird game, let's be honest. Like, it's just weird. There's several different modes of it, running around doing explorative stuff. The combat sequences. There's a co-op mode. There's kind of like little challenges where the challenge does come in. Like, it's not a super hard game. I had to replay a couple things, but the challenge modes are where it comes in. I don't think I've beaten a medium one yet. Some of the easy ones have been kicking my butt, but like an easy one will be, okay, you got to defeat everything on this map, but you got one turn to do it. And you're like, I mean, one turn is, I only have 3 characters. There's only so much I can do. I guess I can string this and do this and use this ability, and which does remind me of the fact that it is nice that you can mix and match your skills for the different challenges. So each character, actually all your characters, get the same amount of, I'll call them orbs or experience points or whatever, that goes towards different moves on its tech tree. Yes, this is a Mario game with a tech tree, but it's pretty good at explaining what everything does. For example, when I did a more recent battle where I had to destroy everything quickly, I reset all my skill points for Mario and put them in things that I knew would help me, which in that case was basically being able to run around and do as much damage as possible, kind of not putting any points into some of his other abilities, and that really helped out. So it is a fun game. I think it's E10, which probably makes sense. It might be a little too complicated for somebody that's like certainly 5 or maybe even 8, but it does a pretty good job of explaining it, and it's probably the only game you'll ever play that Mario has an actual gun. So if you're into that, I mean, that's reason enough right there, right?